The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Counselor Vexthon of the Zephyrian Empire rose from his crystalline seat, his forearms gesticulating with barely contained fury. The massive amphitheater, carved from a single asteroid and home to representatives from 300 civilizations, had never witnessed such an outburst. "These humans!" Vexathon spat, his translator struggling with the venom in his voice. "Dare to refuse our generous offer of protection? They claim their primitive world needs no guidance from superior beings?" Ambassador Sarah Chen sat calmly. In the human delegation's modest section, her fingers steepled as she watched the Zephyrians' theatrical display. Around her, representatives from various species murmured among themselves, some nodding in agreement with Vexthon's sentiment. These. Zephyrian Empire controlled 47 star systems and commanded one of the largest fleets in known space. They had built their influence through a simple formula: offer protection to developing worlds, then gradually absorb them into their empire when the protection fees became insurmountable. "Perhaps," Vexthan continued, his voice echoing through the chamber, "humanity requires a demonstration of what happens to those who reject Zephyrian generosity." Ambassador Chen finally stood, her movement deliberate and measured. The chamber's attention shifted to the slight human female, barely reaching the chest height of most species present. "Counselor Vexathon," she said, her voice carrying clearly without artificial amplification, "humanity appreciates your generous offer. However, we must respectfully decline. Earth will remain independent." Vexthon's membrane-covered eyes flashed with rage. "Then perhaps you need time to reconsider. The Zephyrian fleet will blockade your pathetic solar system. When your people are starving and your ships are grounded, we'll see how long your independence lasts." "I see," Chen replied, making a note on her datapad. "For the record, you are declaring hostile intent against a sovereign world?" The Zephyrian Empire does not make idle threats, human, Chen smiled, an expression that somehow made several nearby council members uncomfortable. "Neither do we, Counselor. Neither do we." 3 months later, Vexthon stood in his command center aboard the dreadnought Stellar Dominance, watching the tactical display with growing unease. The blockade of Earth's solar system had been absolute. Not a single ship had been allowed to pass. Yet somehow Zephyrian supply lines throughout their empire were crumbling. "Sir," his tactical officer reported, his voice strained, "we've lost another convoy in the Kepler Nebula. That's the 5th this week." "Pirates?" Vexthon demanded. "Unknown attackers. They strike without warning, disable our ships, take the cargo, and vanish. No traces, no signatures we can track." Vexthon's 4 fists clenched. It had to be coincidence. The humans were trapped in their solar system. Their primitive chemical rockets no match for Zephyrian technology. Another officer approached. "Sir, we're receiving reports from the home world. Trade ships aren't arriving. The colony worlds are requesting emergency supplies, but our merchant fleet is missing." "Missing?" 17 vessels in the past week, sir. They simply disappear. Between systems. Vexthon stared at the tactical display showing Earth's solar system. Human ships still moved between their planets, ancient chemical rockets and primitive fusion drives. Nothing that could threaten a Zephyrian patrol ship, let alone an entire fleet. A communication burst interrupted his thoughts. "Counselor Vexthon," came a familiar voice. Ambassador Chen's face appeared on the main screen, her expression politely professional. Impossible, Vexthon whispered. You're trapped in your system. Are we? Chen asked. Counselor Humanity would like to propose a peaceful resolution to this situation. Your tricks won't work forever, human. We will find your hidden ships. Chen tilted her head slightly. What hidden ships, Counselor? Every human vessel is exactly where your sensors show them to be. Then how did you think, Chen interrupted gently, that a species capable of faster-than-light communication wouldn't have friends? Vexthon's blood chilled as understanding dawned. The galaxy was vast, and humanity had been trading and forming alliances for decades before the Zephyrian offer arrived. You see, Chen continued, when you threaten one human world, you threaten all human interests and our friends. The Altarian Defense Coalition, the Free Traders of Vega, the Centauri Mining Consortium, they rather dislike bullies. The Council will hear of this. The Council already knows. In fact, they're quite interested in why Zephyrian shipping has become so unreliable. Several member worlds are reconsidering their protection contracts. On Vexthon's display, dozens of red indicators appeared. Zephyrian ships under attack throughout the Empire. Not human ships, but vessels from 100 different species, all moving with coordinated precision. This is impossible, Vexthon sputtered. We have the largest fleet. You have 47 systems, Counselor. Humanity has 4,700 allied captains who believe in something you'll never understand. That strength comes not from the size of your fleet, but from the number of friends willing to stand with you. Chen's image smiled again, and this time Vexthon understood why other species found the expression unsettling. The blockade ends now, Counselor. Your ships will return to Zephyrian space, and you'll leave humanity and our friends alone. Unless, of course, you'd prefer to explain to your people why their empire is starving while Earth enjoys prosperity. Vexthon looked around his command center at his officers' worried faces, then at the tactical display showing the systematic dismantling of his empire's infrastructure. Stand down, he ordered quietly. All ships, return to base. As the Zephyrian fleet departed, Vexthon realized he had learned something crucial about humans. They didn't need the biggest fleet in the galaxy. They had something far more dangerous. They had made the galaxy care about them, and that, he understood too late, was a power no empire could match.